Hi, I'm Helen with Floating Yoga School. This is a mini flow I'm calling a bird-inspired class, where we'll incorporate some of the poses of the birds, some of my favorite bird-inspired poses. We're outside, it's a gorgeous day here in Muskoka, Canada. Maybe we'll get some real birds joining us flying through the frame, so keep an eye and maybe some ears open for that. As you're ready, we're gonna get started today in a child's pose, so you can find your way onto your mat, get comfortable, and we'll begin. As you find your way into a child's pose, you can take your knees wide or your knees together, whatever feels the most natural and comfortable. You can stretch your arms out in front or even stack your hands to rest your forehead on your hands. Just take a moment here to really arrive. Settle into your body. Settle into your mat, your space, wherever you're practicing today. And start to connect to your breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales through your nose. One more breath as you are. And then lift to hands and knees, tabletop position. Spread your fingers wide, stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Move a little bit side to side. So in honor of the birds who are migrating in this season or starting their migration, we'll just really allow for some natural flow, some intuitive movements today, and a little bit of playfulness. Bring your knees together, cross your right knee behind your left. So kind of like you're gonna sit back in cow face legs, or like if you look down, you can see eagle legs. We're gonna take our cow and cat like this. As you inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, send your heart forward. Exhale to cat, press round, scoop. Twice more, breathe in, cow. Breathe out to cat. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral, uncross your legs. Take a little sway side to side or reset. And then second side, knees a little closer. Left knee tucks behind your right. Adjust as you need. Inhale to cow pose. Belly down, heart forward. Exhale to cat. Really press your mat away. 2 more times with your breath. Return back to neutral, uncross, and make your way to a downward facing dog. Hands a little forward, tuck your toes under, lift your hips high to the sky. And again, here you can move around, kind of find that intuitive, natural space that your body wants to move to. Feet together, big toes touch, right leg to the sky, breathe in. As you exhale, open your foot out to the side. Just kind of explore some movement with your leg, like it's a big wing of a bird. Maybe some circles with your leg straight. Maybe you want to bend your knee, open up your hip and find some circles there. I always get a nice little pop going on when I do that. Release it down and switch sides. Left leg high. Take your foot out to the side. Explore some movement, leg straight or even knee bent. How does it feel in your hip joint? If this was your wing, how could you move it? And then release it down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, find your way to the top of your space into a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, relax your head and neck. Inhale, rise to standing, sweep your arms high. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Really exaggerate your arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. We'll take a half sun salute. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, simply fold, relax your head and neck. back up, breathe in, fill up, hands high. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. One more like that, half sun A. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, release it all down. Rise back up to standing, big breath in. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. We're gonna take it right away into our eagle pose. So sit deep into your legs like you're finding a chair. And you're welcome to stay right here if this feels like enough. For the arms, you're gonna cross right arm below your left, either hug opposite shoulders or hold opposite shoulders, give yourself a hug, or connect the palms or the backs of your hands. You can say just like this for the legs, right leg crosses up and over the left, toes can tap, or even wrap behind. Sit down and back. And align your knees and elbows so they're in one stacked line. So eagle in Sanskrit is Garudasana, from this idea of Garuda in Hindu mythology, this half man, half eagle, and the power that he has. We're gonna breathe here, feel a sense of compression, maybe a sense of stretch. I feel it in my upper back, in my hips and outer glutes. A lot in my core and my legs. Remember to breathe. One more breath. And we're gonna unwind really big, arms wide, leg wide, take up some space, and release it down. Shake it all out. Second side, starting with your chair, sit low. And then find your eagle on the other side, your version of. It might still be chair, left arm below right to hold opposite shoulders. Connect palms, left thigh over right. So whatever arm is under is the leg that is over. Realign, my knees like to go to the right. Find that sense of stability, groundedness through your standing foot, your core, and then a sense of release. It's easy to feel kind of trapped here. Could you use the compression, the support, the hold you have on yourself to find stability before we open it up to fly? One more full round of breath. Inhale, unwind, knee wide, arms out and up. And release it down. Shake it all out. Inhale, hands float high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, we're gonna play with a little crow pose, and it's okay if you wanna stay in little steps toward here. Spread your fingers wide, keep your bum really high. Bend your elbows to make a shelf and tuck your knees into your triceps. And this may be plenty. You can always come back to forward fold. For a little bit more, use your elbows, your triceps as a shelf for your knees. Lean forward, shift your weight forward into your fingers, look a little forward, and play with floating one foot or both feet. Can you puff up your upper back, engage your core, stay active with your breath. It's okay if you fall out, and it's okay if this isn't happening today. If you want to play hopping back chaturanga, legs back, chest forward, land, elbows bent. Inhale, up dog or cobra. We haven't done any of those yet. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a moment here, find length through your spine, reset, realign with your breath. That sensation of flying, and then the beauty of being grounded after. Feet together, big toes touch, right leg high, breathe in. So you exhale, knee to nose. We're taking this to a figure four down dog. So right ankle over your left thigh. Send your hips up and back, your right knee points to the side. Notice where you feel this. Notice how it feels. And return to your steady breath. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to right elbow or shoulder, and step your foot outside your hand for a lizard pose. Not a bird, but a nice prep for some of our other bird poses. You can keep your spine really long. Send your heart forward. Breathe into your hips, your hamstrings, your hip flexors, wherever you're feeling sensation. One more breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot up outside your left hand for a malasana squat. This is another place to find crow pose or bakasana. And I'll share with you the actual crow name is kakasana, and it's taken a little different than what I showed previously. So lots of confusion, for me included. But bakasana translates to crane, and that's with your arms straight, which I do not do. My body does not allow for that, and that's okay. That feet together kind of lifting sensation is more of a crane, thus we call it bakasana, although many of us refer to it as crow. The actual crow pose is hands down. Keep your bum kind of low, your knees and your feet wide, your elbows bent. And as you lean forward, see if you can float your feet. And this is kakasana. If you want to play with the difference between that crow and the more traditional kind of bakasana crow, bum high, knees to triceps, lean forward to float your feet. You can step or hop it back again, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. This time, feet together, big toes touch, left leg to the sky, breathe in. Knee to nose, breathe it out. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, back to that knee to nose. Let's take our figure four crossing. Almost forgot there. Left ankle over your right thigh. One more full round of breath. Inhale here. Exhale, left knee to left elbow or shoulder. Step your foot outside your hand for your lizard. Let your body find length. Press back through your right heel. If there's another version you like, of course, feel free to take that. 2 more breaths. Right foot steps up for your malasana squat. Heels in, toes out, hands to your heart. Open your hips, lengthen your spine. Nice deep full breath in. Forward fold, breathe out. Bring your feet a little closer together, and I'm actually going to step back on my mat just a bit to prepare for our next few poses. You're welcome to adjust as you like. Lift halfway, breathe in. Forward folds, breathe out. Inhale, rise, arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Take what you need to adjust. Inhale to chair. Exhale to figure four, hands to your heart, right ankle crosses over your left thigh. So option 1 is to stay here, and this is a fantastic place to stay, to build some strength, some balance, some openness in your hips, your glutes, wherever you're feeling this. If you feel warm enough, and that's a big if, you can play with a flying pigeon. For that, you're gonna bring yourself a little bit lower. This might be step 2, elbows towards shin, maybe hands to your bottom ankle for balance, or hands to the ground, make a shelf. Bend your elbows, tuck your toes around your left shoulder. Use that shelf of your triceps to place your right shin and extend your left leg. Make sure you're breathing. If you're still flying, come back to your figure four. We're all gonna slide right ankle down your left leg for a crossed ankled fold. Right foot over left. Let your head and neck relax. Nod a little bit yes. And exhale, shake a little bit no. Feel free to bend one or both knees. Crawl your hands over to your right. So let your hips lean a little bit left. And then back through center. Hands a little left, hips a little right. Bring it back. Lift your left leg, breathe in, standing splits. Replace your left foot next to your right. Exhale, and recenter yourself on your mat. Maybe scoot back again. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Same thing to the other side, starting in that chair pose. And then take your figure 4, left ankle over right thigh. And again, please feel free to stay. We haven't done a ton of hip warming, so this may be plenty. Or to build onto little steps, layers, you can drop your elbows toward your shin. Bring your hands to your bottom ankle for balance. Or maybe hands come down, really spread your fingers. I always think chaturanga arms. To build a shelf, hook your toes, lean it forward, and float your back foot. And I'm usually there a breath and a half, as much as I try to stay longer. So if you're still there, keep breathing. If you're still in your standing figure 4, we're almost with you. We'll all release to a crossed ankle fold, left foot over your right. Relax your head and neck. Gently nod your head, yes, breathe in. Shake your head, no, breathe out. Release some of the tension from your neck. Crawl your hands left, lean your hips a little bit right. And then pass through center, take it to the other side. Bring it back to center. Weight into your left foot, right leg high, breathe in. Release your right foot down, exhale. Reset on your mat, squat and curl into a little ball. Lift your heels, round your forehead to your knees, puff up through your back. And slowly release down to a seat. So we'll take a variation of a heron pose. Traditionally, one foot would be tucked to your side and the other foot is going to extend. I'm going to take my second foot off to the side versus tucked back. So knee out, kind of like a half butterfly. You take whatever works for you. We're going to focus on our right leg. So hands are going to come to the sole of your right leg, right foot, sit up tall, and maybe start to extend. And it may be plenty to have a knee bent. That's awesome. Try to sit forward versus rounding back. Continue to breathe. Legs straight or bent. You can play with left hand to the outside of your foot, right arm reaching back. And heron pose in Sanskrit is Kranchasana. Slowly release. Take your foot down. Tuck your left knee a little bit more forward, foot next to your hip. We're going to take this to a twist, so right foot can come up and over. Right hand behind you, left arm high, breathe in. Hook your elbow as you exhale, twist toward your right. Getting a little deeper into that twist to your right side. Slowly unwind, counter twist in the opposite direction. And then release. Uncross your legs, set up for the second side heron. Again, I'm going to take my right knee to the side. You're welcome to be like in a half heroes, where your right knee is forward, foot tucked next to your hip. Whatever works in your body, whenever you're practicing. Hands on your left foot, sit up tall, leg bent or straight. Start to play with finding that length. Stay, or right hand to the outer edge of your foot, your knee, wherever it can reach. Left arm behind you. Unwind. Place your left foot down. Take your right foot next to your left hip so your knee is forward, and then maybe left foot comes up and over. Left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm high, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Find a little bit more depth in the twist to the side. And slowly unwind, counter twist in the opposite direction. And release. Feet on the ground, knees point up to the sky. Come all the way down onto your back. Slowly roll it down. And take a reclined pigeon or figure four. Right ankle crossed over your thigh. Begin to hug everything into your chest if that's accessible. Right hand can go through your legs, left arm around the back. If you want a little bit more, make a cradle for your right shin and start to extend your left leg straight. One more round of breath. You can gently release whatever that looks like or means for you right now. Find some movements, a counter stretch or two. And then other side, left ankle crosses. Hug it in if you'd like a little bit more. If it's accessible and seems interesting, make a cradle for your shin, a shradle if you will. Arm around your foot, arm around your knee, and extend your right leg straight. And I'm practicing this first thing in the morning, so my body is not super warm, but it does feel good to stretch and get a little deeper in some of those arm balances, stretches. Let's take 2 more breaths. And slowly release from there. Whatever movement feels right before final Savasana. A little windshield wiper of your legs. A happy baby. Bridge pose, maybe something else entirely. Or find your way into stillness. Your eyes can be soft or closed. And you can visualize a bird. Gently flying through the sky, moving up and down, floating through the clouds and landing gracefully on a tree, on the water. Imagine yourself as free as that bird. And then just be. You can stay as you are. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes to reawaken your physical body. Roll your wrists and your ankles. Stretch your arms over your head. And come to a seated position. Eyes closed or soft. Pause for a moment to breathe in the fresh air. Maybe you can hear the sounds of the birds around me. And then place your palms together. We bow our heads in silence to honor this practice, those who have come before us and shared it with us, its roots and lineage, and those who will come after us and who we can influence with our own practice. thank you so much for practicing with me. As always, if you have requests or suggestions, questions, please feel free to add them to the comments below or reach out Helen at floatingyogaschool.com.